Hello and welcome each and every one of you. With you today is me, Daiga, coach therapist from DCTcentre, and joining me is Morganne Rayne, adept, visionary, spiritual guide, ceremonialist, and artist. Hello, Morgan.
Hi, how are you today? Thank you for
I'm
having
fine, thank you. It's beautiful afternoon here. Before we start, I want to remind our viewers that we're both taking in private clients. I'm taking in private clients for coaching and therapy, and I'm using live coaching, EFT, Reiki, access bars, hypnotherapy, and psychotherapy in my work. And Morgan is doing private clients, working with private clients as well, and she will tell everything about her work herself. So, Morgan, floor is all yours. What you want us to know today?
Wonderful. I really appreciate you inviting me to come and speak. It's an honor to be the voice for Source Creator and allow the messages that the divine has to give to humanity. I have been an open vessel for the voice for Source for all my life. It's just part of who I am, and so I just follow the guidance I'm given. I do work with private clients. I've been working with clients for close to 40 years in helping with healing, helping with change belief systems, and we'll talk about belief systems in a little while, because I have a whole different take on belief. And my job, I know that I came here and I remembered who I am. I remembered it from when I was a little kid. And so I know that my job is to help others remember who they are. And that's why I'm here. And that may take different paths in that remembering. So it may be through coaching, it may be through healing, it may be through prayer. There are different modalities. I just follow what guidance has to say and what guidance guides me to do. So sometimes guidance may say, go pick up that book and just open the book. And then the book will have exactly what the person needs, or a card, or whatever. Just open and allow the information to come in. I find that most people like to have the tools because they don't quite trust themselves yet. So, and it doesn't matter, because God's in everything, Creator's in everything, and messages are everywhere. I think about the scripture, them that they who have eyes can see, those who have ears can hear. And so we hone those aspects of more divine seeing, divine hearing, and allow ourselves to walk in our world in that consciousness, in that awareness. Also in the scriptures, it says to be in the world, but not of the world. So, and what that means is to set yourself up consciously about who you are, remember who you are, and then move in your world as that. Magic happens when you do that. And you don't get sucked into the worldly aspects, because really the worldly aspects, that's just old information. We're here to create. We're creators. And when we put our focus on the world and all its issues and problems and whatever that is, we can use it for information, but don't use it as it's a current creation, because it's not. It's old creation. So we're here to create, and to create the world that we want, and the world that has been set upon our own hearts and our own minds. And I know I love it that Daiga, you and I met through a humanitarian group of people who in their hearts have been laid a dream of how our world is to be and who we are in that world. And what I love about that group is the creativity, and that's what we are. We're creators. So the creativity that gets sparked within that group about what we're bringing forward for humanity. And so all of that is lovely and beautiful. My part into it is to remember what we are as humanity, that humanity is a divine and glorious creation, and to help us remember that. So that's kind of how I walk and move in my world. I've done it through a lot of modalities. I'm a minister, I'm a coach, I'm a talk therapist if people need that. I allow divine listening to come in so that I hear underneath the speaking. I hear into the consciousness. I hear into that. So that's divine listening. So there's divine hearing, divine seeing, and divine, that divine listening of what souls are really trying to say. And how I do that is by connecting to my higher consciousness and to your higher consciousness. So I'd actually like to do that right now, just to set us up in a consciousness of love and light. And so what I invite everyone to do that's listening now or listening in the future, allow yourself to come just really present where you are. And how I like to do that is by taking a breath in. Just breathe in and allow that breath to just go into your body temple and let it go. And on the next breath, we take in that conscious breath again. And this time, as we take that breath in, see that breath, where does it go into your body and where does it stop? Just come into awareness of that. And notice where it stops. And then take another breath on top of that. And slowly let it out. Allowing your body to just relax. Come to a state of peace. Becoming an open, receptive vessel for the divine. I invite you to bring all your thinking self to this present moment. Bring your energy of whatever you were doing before and bring it to this present moment. And you can do that with your breath. Just invite all your energy to right where you are. If you have any issues in the world and there's energy attached to that, I invite you to bring that energy to this present moment and breathe that in. And if you have any future events that you're thinking about, bring that energy back too. By that breath, bring it in. Allow yourself the opportunity to be present, mind, body, heart, emotions, soul, spirit, to this present moment now, on this timeline now. And just experience what it feels like to be present. Take a breath in and let it go. And in bringing our full awareness to this present moment now, I now join in conscious union with the source and the substance of all that is, ever has been, and ever will be. Divine source creator. You may call it God, universal mind, the great I am. It's all the same. And so I join and invite you to join your mind, your heart, your very beingness with this energy that is Source Creator. And I awaken and know that I was created in that divine mind of Source Creator. The idea of who I am and the idea of who all of you are, created in the divine mind. And at this time, we were breathed into this form that we walk in these body temples. We were breathed into this form for a divine and holy purpose. It is no mistake that we are here at this time with all the great changes. We chose, and we were chosen to be here. We were breathed into this timeline, into this form, so that we may carry out the work of the love and the light. Breathe that in. And I speak my word that we are all awakened to that truth, that we are here for divine and holy purpose, and that who we are and what we are, the gifts, the talents, the skills that we have are right and perfect for where we are in this great awakening, in this great illumination, in the returning to the light. We chose, and we were chosen for this special time. And so in remembering this, I give thanks that we are open to hear, we are open to see, we are open to know, we are open to receive the divine in all its myriad ways, for the divine is present in all that is. And so in remembering that, I give thanks for this time that we spend together, knowing that it is the divine that is leading us. And I invite in for everyone your own higher guidance, that which knows that it knows, that which lives within you, that helps guide you and helps you remember who you are. I invite that in. And know that that higher guidance is with you always. It is with me always, leading me, guiding me, reminding me always of who I am and who I am created to be in this world as the light, as the divine unconditional love of Source Creator. So in love and light, I give thanks and just allow our time to be beautiful and open and expansive, filled with awareness and filled with unconditional love. And so it is. Amen. Take a breath in. And just relax into that knowing. Thank you.
It was great start of our show. So I join you on Easter morning on ceremony, and maybe we will manage, if we already on this meditative state, maybe we can now do this ceremony to letting go of things what we don't need in our lives.
Absolutely. I think this is a great time to do that. Let's think about the things that we don't need, right? So when we worked on Sunday, I worked with the map of consciousness, right? And we looked at the lower levels of that consciousness, which encompass things like grief and shame and blame and anger and hate and all those what I call lower density frequencies. And those are the frequencies that keep us bound to the world. bound to the fear, bound to the scarcity, bound to those things we don't even want, but it keeps us there. And unless we consciously awaken, like in the prayer I just did, we awaken to who we are. We allow that consciousness in us. And in that way, we awaken to, where do I have fear? Where do I have shame? Where do I have blame? And acknowledge it. It's not to push away. It's to go, oh, there's some more. Okay. So what I say is, when those things come up, I celebrate. Yay. It's ready to be released. So I know that it shows itself in the time that it's to be released. So because we're mind, heart, body, and soul, this body is sacred vessel. And in the sacred vessel, it houses who we are, including the lower density stuff. So those things get trapped in our cellular memories. It gets trapped in our muscles. You can see people when they're really, it's really noticeable in people who have held the weight of the world on the shoulders, where they hump over and their heads are down. So it, to bring your awareness up and lift up and keep your head up and keep your energy up. So we did an exercise on Sunday that helps with releasing. I call it the Crucifixion Exercise, except it's way more expanded than that, because Spirit showed me how to do this in a way more effective way to help everyone with releasing, letting go. But when you release and let it go, you also need to bring in and fill up those spaces with the light and the love. So we do that. So if everyone's ready, I'm going to move my chair back a little bit. Give me some space here. And in this exercise, I have everyone stand, but I'm going to sit here because we got a camera thing going on.
We both will sit.
But you at home stand, and the way I just do it, I just make myself into, an erect standing position. I usually stand in the north direction. But it doesn't really matter, because doing the exercise is what's most important. And when I do that, I take my left hand and I put it over my heart. And I take my right hand and I put it on top of that. And I take a deep breath in. It's just to bring the awareness to your heart. And in this time, we're going to choose, and I'll just throw out some words, and whatever word works for you, or is a trauma or a belief or a shame or whatever that's coming up, you just use that. But I'll just throw out a few. We're going to release the spirits of death, shame, guilt, apathy, grief, anger, and pride, to release the frequencies of humiliation, blame, despair, regret, anxiety, craving, hate, and scorn, to release the thought forms of miserable, evil, hopelessness, tragic, frightening, disappointing, antagonistic, and demanding. And you may have one in there that I didn't mention. But allow the thought forms, the beliefs, those feelings that are in you, that are in that lower density, just allow it to surface. Just allow it to surface, and know that you're really safe here. Just allow it to come up. And allow it to land right there where your hands are. And ask yourself the question as it is there. Is it for my highest good and the good of all, that I release this now. And if your answer is yes, we can continue to move forward with our exercise. So now go right back to the trauma or to the belief or to the feeling and say to the trauma, I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Take a breath. And now the feeling of that trauma or belief. Go to the feeling. How does it feel? Where do you feel it? Capture that. And in that feeling state, say to that feeling that you're wishing to release, I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Take a breath in. And to your body temple, to your physical vessel that's been holding this frequency of this that you wish to release and let go, say to your body temple, I am sorry. Please forgive me for holding this frequency. I love you. Thank you. Take a breath in. And now we're going to take that energy, and with your right arm, you're going to say, I release this trauma or event or belief. So we'll say, I am releasing all shame. And just feel the energy of whatever you're releasing to just go right out your arm and out through your hands and out through your fingers. Just release it and let it go. And with your left hand, move it out to form a full cross. I release the need to feel this shame or blame or whatever it is. I release the need. And just feel what it feels like to release the need to feel any of those lower density frequencies. And then lift your hands and arms up above your head and form a beautiful cup. And I'll sit back a little bit so you can see what that looks like. And imagine into that cup that you have formed unconditional love, filling it up. And are you coming with a small cup or are you coming with a bucket? Fill it up. Fill it up with divine, unconditional love. And take a breath. And as you take that breath in and fill up your cup, now bring it down over you, over your head, and come back in and bring that energy into your heart, left hand, right hand, and feel the energy of divine unconditional love. What would it feel like to be unconditionally loved? Because you are. And just breathe that beautiful unconditional love into your heart and into the space, the feelings where the lower density lived before. Fill it up with this unconditional love. This is where grace is. Grace to have the experiences that we have, but we have the grace to let it go when we no longer need it or even want it. Now, from your heart again, place your attention again on that beautiful heart space that's filled with love. Take a breath into your heart again. And lifting this time from your heart space all the way up, forming another vessel with your hands. And this time, imagine connecting with pure source, the living light, creator of all that is. Imagine that coming into your fingers and your hands, down your arms, down your whole beingness. The consciousness of peace, divine awakening, love, goodness, oneness, joy, bliss. All those higher consciousness frequencies, connect with that. What you believe and think God is, connect with that. And allow now, bring that now down, allow that to come into your body temple, bring the energy of that all the way back down into your heart. Allow those frequencies now to expand out, not only through your body, but throughout your whole beingness, that your body is surrounded by this awareness and this consciousness of the divine. Just breathe that in. Just be comfortable with it. Allow yourself to relax into this. I am consciousness. Allow this consciousness to be a part of your being. Not only do we receive it, but allow it to inform every cell and molecule of your being. The awareness who you truly are, the living light, the living love of divine source creator. And now bring your hands to a prayer pose. Take a breath in. And on the out breath, in an audible tone, say, ah. Another breath in. Audible tone, breath out as a beautiful ah. Ah. Feel what that feels like when you say ah. This is your ah moment, your aha moment. Last breath in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Breath out. Ah. And for this, remembering, I do give thanks and allow my days and my time and my energy to be in the world as awakened, as aware, and as the truth of who I am. And so it is. Amen.
That was beautiful.
We are beautiful. I just want to say around that, this morning when I woke up, I always wake up with beautiful messages. And this morning again was on I am and the power of those words. I am. And catch yourself. You can tell where your consciousness is when you start saying, oh, I am, something I hear people say is I'm sick and tired. Okay. All right. You're sick and tired. Okay. You could be something different, but so to put your attention on what it is you really want and then speak your I am from that place. So I am love. I am blessed. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I have, just like begin to align your I am
my
with
my usual affirmation is I am healthy, wealthy, happy, and blessed.
and so it is.
I am. So I am. Yeah.
I am. And where does it say when God says what's God's name, right? I am that I am. And I like to look at that. I am that. I am, break it down. I am that. I am love. That's the that. I am love. I am. I am peace. I am. So I am that I am is our power tool. It's our power tool that we can use to align with the divine in any moment. In any moment. So.
Yeah, remember, we talk about another great tool where I came up with a aha moment, a light bulb moment when after so many years struggling to manifest some things, I managed to do it just with changing two words. Which one you give me? Maybe you share this information to other our viewers as well. So
yeah, we were having a conversation, and in that you were talking about a belief, what you believe, right? And I like to look at words, especially English words. There's a lot of information hidden in those words. And in the word believe, there's a word called lie. So it's what you tell yourself, and it may not be the truth. Believe, be lie, be. So I like to look at the word as like be alive or be but belief systems are systems that we've latched onto. So in some places, people have belief systems is that they're poor and they're hungry and they don't have enough, right? That's a belief system. That's a lie. That's a lie that they decided to latch onto and say, okay, I'll align with that. This is what I am. But that's not the truth. So what we talked about was instead of looking at what do I believe, it's what do I allow? I allow. I allow. And so in the exercise we just did, we're allowing in those higher frequencies. We're allowing in the consciousness of who we are. We breathe it in. We feel it in. We imagine ourselves walking in the world as that. So when we allow those frequencies and we try them on and we use them in our world and we align it with our I am statements, we're one powerhouse of creator. That's what we are. We are creator. So I allow. And if you're in a need, great. Identify the need. What do I need? Oh, I need I don't know, let's just pick something. I need the perfect parking spot, or I need, whatever it is. Just align with that as it's already done. It's already provided. Align with the energy of the higher consciousness. Even with a parking spot, people go, I never get a great parking spot. I hate, They have a conversation about that, but align with the perfect parking spot. I want the parking spot that's closest to the door. It works every time. And that's just mundane things. That's being in your world kind of things. But you can ask for the greatest things, those things that your heart desires. So, but that might take some time and a little bit more exercise of releasing doubt, releasing, shame. So you can use that exercise I taught you. It's so powerful. So you do want to release what that lower density is, but you also want to release the need for it. You want to release the need for it. Yeah. And if you're not feeling it the first time, do it again.
I know that I managed to stop, get the good spot for parking. I managed to do with my exercises. I managed to change traffic lights. I managed to stop rain at the moment when I'm going out, even if it's completely pouring down rain. If I align, it's not raining while I'm going to car, or it's not raining while I'm going to work or to shop, yeah. Worst case scenario will be maybe tiny little drizzle, but most definitely won't be pouring. Most of the cases completely stops. And then restarts when I'm again indoors, yeah.
Yep. And that just proves your oneness with all that is, right? It proves your oneness with all that is, your ability to use your word to bring about what it is you desire. It's powerful. And I know that my job is to help teach people how to do that, how to turn that on for themselves, so that they live, move, and have their being in the world as powerful creators rather than victims. All that lower density stuff, that's where victimhood lies. We're not victims. We're creator gods and goddesses. And so it's so important for us. And the other thing is, you don't need anyone else to do that for you. You have it within yourself to do it. And that's what I like to help people do, is awaken that part within themselves that remembers, and then to teach them how to do those things.
Is there today any other messages from Source for our viewers?
Take in the principle of I am and play with that during your week. Try it out for a day and align with, and when you're using I am principles that are high, that are in that more elevated state of being, that higher consciousness state, when you're beginning to align with that and you feel uncomfortable or uneasy, ask yourself, what do I need to let go of? What do I need to let go of? And then do your crucifixion exercise. Let it go. Let it go. Or make a choice to let it go. You may not need the exercise. You may just say, oh no, I'm going to let that feeling go so that I can be aligned with what I want to create today. And so that's the message of Source today, is fully align with the I am that you really know you are.
It's wonderful, wonderful message, and I think lots of people will gain from today's messages we already quite a few ideas how you can get rid of unwanted feelings, unwanted fears, emotions.
Yep, including traumas, bad traumas that have happened. I often work with people who have had severe traumas, and we won't go in. Maybe another time we can talk about some of the trauma events that have come to me for healing. And it's for, we are here to be loved. We are here to remember we are loved, not to be victimized. And so we've all had trauma events in our lives, part of humanity. We just don't have to carry it with us, or the frequency of it. We glean from it the lessons or the wisdom, and then we keep on going and not drag it with us. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to tell our viewers today, Morganne?
I think they have plenty right now.
I think today is quite full-on day from start till now. So
Yes.
I think our viewers can take all this information, watch maybe video another time to set in everything what's been done and told today. And I'm really, really grateful, Morganne, that you joined me on my show. And I hope you will be back again for another messages from Source to our viewers.
I would
Thank
love
you
that.
very much for coming. I would love to have you, Morganne, really love to have you. So everybody who is watching us now, please keep looking at Facebook, where I'm putting up next show timing. I will put on this description on YouTube, I will put next show with Morganne, will it's be, so you will know ahead of time for that. Also, please, if you love my shows, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you are enjoying everything what I'm doing, I would be very grateful if you spare some tip to actually support myself, as I'm at the moment doing God's work and I am God's payroll. So thank you very much for watching. God bless.